Crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And breaking news, folks, that's right, your boy Duty is a little late to the game today, but he just found out that DSP decided that something happened to him where he couldn't stream today. That's right. He chose not to beg today. And that is very serious. When Phil chooses to not be on stream and beg for money, something serious must be going on. That's right, folks. And of course, whenever anything serious happens to DSP, your boy Duty's always curious to know what goes on. And of course, since we don't get too much information, we must always talk about it. And of course, wildly speculate what may have occurred. That's right. And even when Phil gives us a little bit of nugget of truth or a little bit of information, it's typically a lie. And it's typically not the full truth. But your boy Duty is here to talk about what it could be, and of course, wildly speculate and determine why did DSP choose not to beg today. That's right, folks. So, of course, in Duty's traditional style, he decided to whip out the PowerPoint and do a quick PowerPoint to talk about the topic. That's right. And I'm labeling this, "Why did DSP choose not to beg today?" by Duty Streams. Okay, so here's the breaking news, folks. Our boy Phil posted about an hour ago. Excuse me. He said, "Oh, I have bad news. I'm feeling under the weather today." That's right. In a rare case, I'm feeling sick. And in my throat is involved, meaning it would be difficult to talk all day. In light of this, I'm canceling the podcast for Sunday, October 29th. I'm moving this week's DSP versus the Internet show to Monday instead of Sunday. I do plan on being back for Sunday night, late night stream for Spider-Man 2. That's right, folks. That's what Phil had to say on his community post. Now, we know that Phil, can have a broken leg, he can have a, organ hanging out. It doesn't matter. Phil will stream. It is something majorly seriously wrong when Phil can't stream. Something like Team Divorce, Cat left, Cat, escaped the hole in the basement. Something serious that forces Phil not to stream. Not this, "I'm not feeling well." Because we know that Phil, even when he doesn't feel well, he streams. And he uses it as a point of reference to beg. He sits there and says, "Guys, I'm not feeling well. It would be nice if you guys can support, being that I am struggling through this sickness. And, would really like if you guys can at least get me to the tier 1 tip goal and maybe get some memberships." We know that when Phil doesn't feel right, he takes it as the opportunity to get the sympathy tips. So this message about not feeling well is garbage, especially the fact that he's gonna come back on Sunday night. To me, it kind of sounds like something major's going on, and he figures, you know what, let me cancel DSP versus the Internet because it's a garbage show anyway, and he usually doesn't get any support for that show anyway. So he figures, let me cancel it. All right. So with the news and that information, let's get into, or let's wildly speculate what it could be. What could be wrong? Okay, so there are a couple options here. One, he said his throat's not feeling well. So of course it could be allergy. That's option one. Allergies are kicking in. All of the pollen, the Seattle air is just not working out for him. His back is probably hurting. He has a sore throat. He's all gunked up. It hurts. His air filters are completely clogged up with green soot. We know the deal here, and maybe it got so bad that Phil decided he just can't step up and stream today, right? I'm not buying that. That's utter garbage, because we know that Phil has allergies every single day. He snorts, he coughs, he hacks up a lung every 5 seconds. There's no difference. So what is the difference if you're going to be on stream not feeling well because your throat hurts and clearing your throat every 5 minutes and snorting and coughing and burping? There's no difference, Phil. There's no difference whatsoever. So option A is out the door. I'm not buying allergies, and no. That is completely out the door and farcical. That's right. Our next option is option B. Long night of WWE Champions and Jen. Now, of course, anytime Phil isn't feeling well, we could attribute it, of course, to alcoholism. And him just being up all night chasing those sweaty Hogans. That's right. We know he does it. We've seen him tweet We've seen him drunk tweet at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning his time. We know he does it very often. Sadly, we can't confirm if he was playing WWE Champions because TJ Gamebox, our resident WWE Champions expert, is on hiatus. So we can't confirm if Phil was on last night pulling those sweaty Hogans. But I think option B is one of the top contenders for what's happening with Phil. A long night of WWE Champions and Jin. Our third option here is a hangover. Now this doesn't require WWE Champions, it just requires, of course, him drinking all night, being on Twitter, because of course he's miserable, he has no life. This is the possibility. The hangover could be a possibility. And we know that Phil is a functioning drunk, so sometimes even functional drunks, it gets too much for them, and they can't manage to stream or work or whatever. So maybe he got so drunk that it was debilitating. So that one's up there too. So far, B and C are the top contenders for the reason that we think Phil's not streaming today. Now the last one here is an interesting one. Option D, and that's depression. Hashtag Team Divorce. I remember when PandaLee was still in the picture and Phil was acting weird and he would take days off. Remember, he would take these days off because he was feeling mud depression. Remember that? Remember, it was mud depression, and he took off because he had to make his own meals, he had to wash his own clothes, and mind you, I do have a clip here where I want to share where apparently Phil had mentioned on the 23rd podcast, October 23rd, and I don't know how your boy Duty missed it, but he did. He missed it where actually Phil said that he washed his own clothes. Now let me find that clip, folks. Where he specifically actually said he washed his own clothes. Now, I'm not sure how I missed it, but of course, forgive your boy Duty because I haven't been feeling too well, so there are things that your boy is going to miss. But yes, he did. So let me find that clip real quick, October 23rd. Where is it? I know it's somewhere in here. I'm trying to find it. My apologies. Okay, give me 1 second, folks. 1 second right here. So, yep. So, I think I found it. But it was from the October 23rd podcast. And he just popped up and actually said that he had to wash his own clothes. Oh, here it is. I found it.
A piece of junk.
Okay, hold on a second. So, let me stop sharing here.
I had washed it and everything, but I hadn't worn it yet. I went to put it on today, and it had like a million loose strings. The entire inside of the shirt here had unsewn itself in the wash. I hadn't even worn the shirt yet. Actually wear on like a normal day. Like on a day when I'm not on stream, if this is a day off, this is the kind of stuff that I would wear during the normal day. And it's weird because people are like, oh my god, look at Phil, he's got a dress shirt on, and he's got like a t-shirt under. Oh my god, they're freaking out in the chat. Like, yeah, this is normal clothing. This is like normal attire. This is what I would wear on a day out or a fall day if I'm not on stream. That's the thing, when I'm on stream, I always have like a gaming shirt on. Well, not anymore. Since you guys have said you're tired of the gaming shirt stuff, I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to wear my normal stuff, okay? So.
Alright, I found the clip. Let me move it up right here to the right segment. I'll leave it right here.
I bought a different shirt, a nice shirt. That was a button-down shirt as well. That was like a brown design with like some plaid or whatever. And it's a piece of junk. I had washed it and everything, but I hadn't worn it yet. I went to put it on today, and it had like a...
There you go, folks. That's right. October 23rd, Phil talked about when he bought new shirts, and he had to actually wash the shirt himself. He didn't say Cat, which he would. He would always give Cat the credit for washing his clothes. He didn't say that. He said, me. I washed my clothes. That happened when PandaLee wasn't around. Remember that, folks? Remember that time? So, I think that depression, aka Team Divorce, is probably the it's probably the best option. So your boy Duty's gonna speculate that it's D. Depression, hashtag team divorce, that's right. And apparently him and Kat are not talking or something happened and his depression is kicked in and he's depressed because he has to cook his own meals, wash his own clothes, and that's just too much for our boy to bear. So he decided he was going to take a day off and drown his sorrows in some gin. That's right, folks. Alrighty, well that's all I have, folks. So in summary, I believe it's option D. He took off today because of my depression, team divorce. Make sure to buy your coins, folks. Hashtag team divorce, hashtag where's cat. Peace out.